pull my program up first to see where to start. And remember, we created a start with that tool change to the second op. Let me see if I can come down here. So I'm going to go for operation 22, the tool change back to my face mill. So, op 22. So, run, search, N0022, hit the enter key, and that's where I want to start. All right, it's time to go over crash mitigation. Go slow is the word we're going with. Distance to go on this machine is always displayed. Slow is single block. Doggone it. All right. I gotta pause because right now single block is not available to me. See if I can, which would be this key right here on the screen. I'm going to escape all the way out again. Now I can press single block. However, I now need to go back into the middle of my program. Now I'm going to show you something a little different, as I'm going to search for block 294 this time. Run, search, 294 came up on its own. I hit enter, and that's where I'm starting from. But now I had to select single block first before going into my program. I have no idea why the program won't let me do it. Okay, so there's distance to go, there's single block. Op stop is going to be handled at a tool change. Low rapid is going to be handled by yours truly, never taking his hand off the feed override. And then graph and or witness would be us graphing, and we already graphed it to the best of our ability. So I think we've done all that we can do so far. So it's time to hit cycle start. I'm in single block mode, so my first press here takes me to this position. Let's get the camera up. So the machine moved to a tool change position, which is XY0 and the G28Z height. And I look and I notice it's right over the top of my G55 part. Now the tool change, this is what the op stop looked like at a tool change. Start our spindle. I need to turn on spindle auto because I turned it off. Now press, there's 950 RPM. This is a dwell that allows the spindle to get up to speed. Now it's going to go grab the tool diameter for tool 15. G43 says go to the offset table. D15 says grab the diameter for tool 15. Comment, comment, M&G code, comment. Here's my first start position. Now we're going to go to my start position in X and Y, and we're going to be going to Z.218. Remember, we're taking off 0.118 off this side. So my rapid plane or feed plane, whatever you want to call it, is at 100 thou over my part. Now, as part of my crash mitigation steps, I'm going to stop an inch above that and check distance to go. Throttle in the feed rate. Are we able to see on camera? Yes, we are. Right on. I'm going to come to where I visualize about an inch. I'm going to call that. So I'm on feed hold. I'm going to turn off the spindle. Now I look up here and I see distance to go is 0.99 inches. Where am I going? I'm going to 100 thou above my part. So when I slide my 1, 2, 3 block in there, it's going to be 0.99 plus 100 thou. So I should be about 100 thou above my block. Are we able to, not from that angle, huh? But let's take a look at that. In my calibrated eyeballs, I get down and sight down that. It looks right. It looks right enough that I can continue down to 100 thou. So I'm going to slowly let it come down the rest of this block. This should be 100 thou above my part. I get back down and I look. It looks a little tall to me. But I'm going to check. I got one more block before I cut. I'm now going to move 87 thou into my stock. So look at this block. G1 is feeding. If I'm feeding, I'm looking for a feed rate. So I'm going to feed at 10 inches a minute. G91 is incremental. So all of a sudden, my post-processor says, Damon, at this point, we're going to change over to incremental. So I'm going to incrementally go nowhere in X and Y, and I'm going to move 187. Remember, right now I'm at 100 above my part. So I'm only going to move into my part 87 thou. So I'm going to go ahead and press cycle start and let it move into this position. Okay, and I'm going to look down my part, and it looks right to me. Good. All right, let's move our sneeze shields in. Let's get our video set up a little better. Something like that. I now need to come off a single block. It's now time to let this thing eat. I'm going to be feeding at 19 inches a minute. Let's go. We're not quite clearing the stock right now with that 3/4 inch step over, but we should be able to clear it up on this last pass. 32 thou pass. Notice on our DRO, I'm at Z0 right now. I barely came over enough to clean up this far side of the part. Not super crazy about that.
It's like throwing peeling shavings, not chips.
Okay, op, stop, tool change. We're inspecting our tool. Looking good, and we're measuring our part. And I should be looking for 755, right? Well, I added 10 thou, but if it's in a perfect world, which it's so super cool. So we know I added 10 thou to it. I don't know if we did that on camera or not, but I just measured my part at 762. And what am I looking for? 755. So I need to come in and comp that Z negative. Hold on there, Damon. Let's use our calculator brain. 0.762 minus the finish size minus 0.755. So I need to actually comp down in Z 10 thou. I'm sorry, 7 thou. 7 thou. Let's go ahead and do that.